Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We're gonna do a March book review. If you don't know, I am doing my own book club and I joined PewDiePie's book club. We're on the third month. The third month was like a free choice, so I did pick 2 different books. Before I move forward, I just want to say follow Captmants, CAPTSMANTS, because the next 3 book reviews I'm probably just gonna do on the story, or maybe I'll do as like a reel or something, just because I just want to try different types of content. We do all different types of content here, and I'm just trying to see what works. My name is Erica Mans. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and let's get into this book review. I'm trying to make sure I read 2 books a month. I picked Kurt Vonnegut Jr., Slaughterhouse-Five, or The Children's Crusade, and I picked To Keep Going by Austin Kleon. This, I saw a friend reading it. She inspired me to get this, so I got it too. Now, let me get some emergency. Make sure you stay hydrated, y'all. I got the water too. Hold on. It's because the weather in Jersey is so crazy right now. It's like hot, cold, and I'm just trying to not get sick at this point. You see what I mean? Oh my god. And on top of that, it's allergy season. But this is not the point of the video. We're trying to do a book review here. So let's go. We're gonna start off with, I thought it was gonna fall. We're gonna start off with Keep Going by Austin Kleon. I think this is such a fun, quick read. Could get this done so fast. I kind of prolonged it. I kind of challenged myself to get creative after reading, you know, every couple of, because it's only, hold on, like less than 200 pages or 200 pages. But if you look at it, a lot of it's like some of it is pictures. It's like short paragraphs. So it's a very easy read. It's cool because I don't like when getting creative becomes overly complicated. So it's very like straightforward and simplified, just straight to the point type of inspiration, ideas, and kind of finding ways to, like, for me to get creative but to not stress myself out. You know, getting creative, it gives like a lot of good tips. Even here it has like the 10 chapters. Like, I guess this is like the rules to go by. Right now I really like the forget the now, do the verb, basically just do it type of thing. Oh my god, I just had a like flashback. You remember that commercial? It was like, it's a verb, it's what you do, or whatever. That's how I learned what a verb was. You guys know what commercial I'm talking about? Anyway, I like that one. Make gifts. I've been doing that and it's so nice, because I feel like I stopped doing that for a while. The ordinary plus extra attention equals the extraordinary, focusing on that. You are allowed to change your mind, focusing on that. When in doubt, tidy up. Love that. Demons hate fresh air. I really liked that chapter. I think it was just talking about basically go outside, take a walk. It's a nice way to like clear your mind. It's a nice way to calm yourself down. Just in general, I would like to do that more. So it's nice to know that if I am going through a funk with even art in my creative process, like that's an option. It's not just like if I'm feeling down or angry or whatever. It could also be for that creative process if I'm in a funk. But there's so many little tips that I wrote down. I like this, like, take one day at a time. In the past couple of years, I've really have surprised myself, especially like when it comes to YouTube. Like, I really have been happy with the work I've been producing, and sometimes it's just really hard to stay in that mindset. And lately it's been hard for me to do things, you know. But this book for me is very much a reminder. Make lists. We'll talk about the lists I have behind me, an art side, and then like the analytical side where it's like the serious stuff, and then like my creative, like the left side of the brain. But I'm definitely trying to make a list of what I want to do with my art, and it's nice to tidy up. It was nice to tidy it up because it also, I started remembering like other things I wanted to do, started like refreshing my old ideas and stuff. So it's exciting. Finish each day and be done with it. I like that. Do whatever you can in the day and just be done. It gets harder, especially when you're trying to create, but I just try to do whatever I can in regards to creation. Whether it's writing, doodling, making a video, I try to express myself as often as I can because I feel like it's the only way to stay sane these days. And I just want to leave it. Like, I really don't care for perfection. live life with like perfectionist tendencies, and I just really try not to get sucked in that. Then nothing works that way for me. So you turn on, log off, tune in, mute all, drop out, carry on. I like that. I like a lot of this is a lot of visual. He made a lot of these like little designs and little sketches and whatnot. And I also find that there's a lot of mixed media in here as well. It's not just sayings, it's actually his actual work as well. You know, his little sayings written down. Oh my God, where was I going with where was I going with that? I forgot the point I was going to make. It was like a list, I can't find it, of like, I can't find it. I'm just trying to do what I can with what I have, end the day with, Alexa, stop, with the least amount of distractions. So I think that this not only was a really nice and inspiring read, like it was fun, it's easy, it's really adaptable, and not just your creative mindset, but just like everyday life. So I do recommend it. It's especially if you're like me, where you kind of need a reminder. The thing is with art too, and the reason why I feel like I need a reminder is because I feel like I haven't created with people, and I really just want to have like an art night, I don't know, or go to the museum more, because when you're not doing it, I think it's harder to get inspired, or if you're not talking about it. Being a creative person is such a fun way to live life, and it's just not as fun if you're like, you know, on your own a lot inside. It's hard to get inspired that way, at least for me. But anyway, for the next read, Kurt Vonnegut Jr., Slaughterhouse-Five. This is the book that got me back into reading. Shout out to Miss Cav. I had this teacher in high school. Okay, listen, I wasn't dumb. I was just lazy. Like, I was incredibly lazy in high school, and I just didn't have my priorities straight. I've always been interested in a lot of social studies, or whatever, I think that's what they called it, social studies, literature, things like that. I wasn't really strong in like math and science and those type of topics, so I just stopped trying, because a lot of the teachers also stopped trying, so I just didn't care. I was just like, D's get degrees, man. But this one teacher, this was like her book that we had to read, and I was like, oh, all right, well, she's always like super excited for class. She was like, I swear she was like 80. She had to be 80, or at least 70, 80, I don't know, man. But she was so energetic. Okay, I'm gonna like actually try for this lady, because she's really bringing in the energy into the classroom. Thank goodness that I did end up reading this, because one day she called on me. I think I actually read it. Like, I actually pushed myself to read it, and she called on me, and I answered the question correctly, and I gave like a little thing, and her response was so positive and excited, and it made me excited, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I never got that type of hype before. Like, and then I started raising my hands and volunteering to actually discuss the book, and I got a really good grade on that test. When we were finished with the book, she told me to keep the book. It was just like moments like that really, okay, I know I'm kind of getting like a little far from the topic, but I'm just saying, those moments like that, those moments are so special with teachers that really like kind of put you in the right direction. She gave me that book, and it was very, very meaningful. Unfortunately, I let one of my exes borrow it, and she never gave it back, so I was very devastated, because that book meant so much to me. With all that background being said, I think PewDiePie said he wanted people to also try to pick classics for their free book. So I feel like this is definitely a classic. This is a book that I feel, especially during this time, is pretty relevant. It's supposed to be like an anti-war book type of, I don't want to say it's anti-war. There's a lot of themes. Okay, one of them is being war and how much it traumatizes a person. The author, Kurt, was really putting a lot of himself into the main character, which is Billy. But I guess what gets my mind rolling about this book is, yeah, it talks about war, the trauma that war brings, especially because the main character talks about being unstuck in time travel. He basically keeps traveling to like all these different times. It's not like a chronic oh my god, it's not chronically, it's in chronological order. it's not in like chronological order. It's going back and forth, right? Because he's time traveling. He talks about meeting these like aliens and whatnot, and I feel like that's when it becomes interesting, right? We don't know really, like, from the character, it could be that he thinks that he's time traveling, but he's just so traumatized by the war and whatever, this is like a coping mechanism. But also the life of the aliens, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the name right now because I butchered chronological order, but they have this concept of life, right? This is like the the lore of me explaining this. There's a point where, oh my god, I hope I know I underlined so much in this book, but oh my god, there's this point where they talk, the theme of death is very consistent in this book. The way these aliens think is that life and death are simultaneously happening, and nothing could ever change that. And there is no such thing as free will. Everything is happening the way it's supposed to, and there's basically no way to stop it, you know? There's no why. There just is. And that mindset freaks me out. It's like Donnie Darko, you know what I mean? Like, if you, it's kind of that type of mindset where everything is going to happen the way it's going to happen. And even in death, it's like, I think they were saying, oh, it's just, you caught that person in a bad time. Like, it doesn't mean that they're dead. It means that they're just not there right now. They're alive in another whatever. Anyway, it gets a little tricky to explain, but the reason why it's just getting to me is because I've been having like an existential crisis. Obviously, if you saw my last video, you know I'm just going through it right now. So it's just like puts into question like how am I dealing with these traumas, and was I always supposed to experience this? And what is the end game to all of this and all of that stuff? So it's like this historical kind of account, but there's also kind of like interesting themes. Like it's also, there's a lot of comic relief. Like this book makes me laugh. There's like a lot of funny little things, but it's also like psychologically makes you think just in general about your own life. I feel like this is such a weird way to explain this book. It's weird because when I first read this book, I was definitely focused on like the war of it and the trauma of it and how war is horrible, things like that. Rereading it now, it's just, I have like a whole different outlook on how I'm viewing the book, which is fun because yeah, you could focus on it trying to be like an anti-war book, but I'm just like, no, it's kind of like a psychological ride. Like there's a lot of little themes, and I just think it's such a great read. And if you haven't, you should read it. Kurt Vonnegut. Anyway, those were my 2 books. This is, Keep Going, Slaughterhouse-Five. I think next book, PewDiePie keeps picking the most complicated books that I cannot find at the library. It's Epictetus? Oh my god. Epictetus? Discourse and Selected Writings, Epictetus, Epictetus. I found a link online, so I guess I'm gonna have to read it on my screen. Great. And then as for my free book, I picked Grapefruit by Yoko Ono because I was like, I need something light because every book PewDiePie picked is some type of philosophical, like insane book. You know what's cool about the Keep Going book? The Keep Going book, he referenced the Tao. He references some books, and he also recommended the Tao Te Ching. My regular life, my right side and my left side need to coexist better. You know, we need to like talking about myself. We need to like balance each other off, and I want, you know what, like I want all my habits, I want all the new routines I do to not just help in a personal aspect. I want it to help in a creative aspect and vice versa. So even though PewDiePie pisses me off, I feel like these books are really good for me because I'm really thinking deeply about a lot in life at the moment. So we'll see. But yeah, the next book review will be on Instagram, and that's it. This is all I have till tomorrow. I'm gonna be uploading basically daily for at least a week. So April, I'm seeing 200 subbies.